what I have determined is for this to sit, it's going to come this way, and of course, and then down. So this is 6 inches now. We need to make it 4 inches. All right. We obviously got to take that one out, and then these bolts. These 3 bolts and this bolt. Oh yeah, all right, that's gonna go good. While I'm at it, if you would, subscribe, like the video, comment, helps get it all pushed out to more people.
All right, so it looks as though my new mics that I bought stopped working at this point, so I'm gonna try to give you a little audio here of what's going on. Basically, the short of it is we put these angle irons on the rails, and we're gonna mark out the holes so I can get them drilled, and then these will be the start of the new hitch. I'm going to weld some hitch rails on so that I can pin in a goose ball or put my RV hitch on there. I can swap back and forth to them. So here we're just taking the bolts out. Those are the old bolts that hold the 5th wheel plate in, the commercial 5th wheel plate to the truck. We're going to take those all out so we can put these rails on, or the angle iron on the frame, and then mark out the holes. That's pretty much all I'm doing here. So I'll go ahead and probably fast forward through most of this until I can get a better, give you a better idea of what's going on. Just, I don't know, without there being audio behind this, it's kind of boring. It's literally just taking bolts out. So let's fast forward. And there's the rails I was just talking about. You can see one's kind of bent up and one's bent down a little bit. We have a remedy to that. You'll see that after a while here, but basically I'm just kind of sliding them back and forth, trying to decide what I want to do, where I want to put them. At this time I only had 2 of them, so my thought process was I had to kind of decide where I wanted them for good. A second ago there, when you saw the truck frame going up and down, that was me playing with the air suspension. I was just making sure the air leveling valve, which is that little rod with the red tape on it right there that you can see kind of in the bottom left corner, that keeps the truck suspension aired up in the right location. And so when the truck is aired down, I had to make sure everything was clear in the new hitch and stuff. So that's what that was. Here you can see I'm taking the mud flap, the hangers I guess you'd call them, off, because those are going to be in the way of what we're going to do for a bumper on the very back. When I get those out of the way now, So that's what I'm doing. I'm just pulling the bolts, and they're just little clip deals that the mud flaps kind of, you see that square piece there, just a square rod goes down into that, and then it holds the mud flap over. So we're going to be doing something different with that, so I'm getting rid of those, pulling those off. We won't need them. You can see right here, this is where that rail's bent real bad. We got a fun solution to take care of that. And here's our farmer fix. And we got audio for this, so I'll let you back to it.
I went a little overboard on the paint. I get impatient at times. I know I'm gonna have to I'm gonna take all of that off. We painted the top corners, the top and down 4 inches for this angle iron to go on here. And then it's gonna bolt into existing holes. So I wanted to make sure that was painted. Obviously same thing on this side. And I started putting the paint down. I'm like, oh, I really like how this looks. And I'm like, well, if I go a little bit lower, and I just didn't stop. Now the whole thing is blue. I don't know. It looks about as good as you can get with a rattle can, so it'll look great for 50 feet and 50 miles an hour. I like it. It's coming together. I'm going to tack this on, or probably just weld it. And then I'll bolt it later for extra security. And then we'll do that one. So I'm going to turn the radio back on and put you on fast forward. hoping my cardboard idea worked. There's just a tiny bit of space in there, it looks like, so I think it might have. We'll see. That slides in there real nice, so that's good. Double check the pins. Nice. That works. Yeah, that's like perfect. So here's the hitch, all painted up and installed with the new fenders are on, and those hook up right through the hitch, through that angle iron. And there was no way I was going to take this all apart. So let's get into why it's here. All right, so basically, long story short, I dumped all the footage. We had a family vacation down to North Carolina. It was like a family reunion type vacation. Went down there and I booked a charter with a boat that was on Wicked Tuna, Outer Banks. But out of excitement of wanting to make darn sure I got footage of that on my phone and that I wasn't gonna run out of storage, I dumped everything I had, almost everything I had on my phone, thinking, probably 80% thinking that it was all backed up. Yeah, it wasn't backed up. I found that out the hard way. So once again, lost footage. So basically I'm just gonna go through with what I did, when I did what I did, before I did what I did, so that you can't see what I did when I did what I did. Got that? I'm a little sore about it still, but it is what it is, and it's way too much work to take it back off, to put it back on just to video it. So yeah, you just get the quick rundown. So I got this frame all built. I got these welded here. I've still got to punch some bolts down through to bolt it in as well. And then once I got it all painted, I brought it in here. I lowered it down. I had to take and put a piece of wood on each side and hit it down with a maul or a 8-pound sledgehammer. It was a little tighter than when I originally had kind of tacked it up, and I think it from welding it so much, it just kind of tweaked in a little bit, these sides. That's my guess. I don't know. But it is a little bit tighter than what I wanted, but it is what it is. I'm just going to deal with it. We got the fenders, the minimizer fenders bolted right through this angle iron, that's the big reason why I wasn't going to take it all back off and then recorded doing it again. But we got those set up. And as you can see here, I've just got some lights mocked in there. I think they're looking pretty cool. Got that one there is hooked up. We got all these bolts. All the bolt holes are filled and tightened down good and tight. And then I'll show you what I'll put the gooseneck up here in the RV hitch to show you what that looks like. Here we go, just like that. So we're just gonna put it on the back here for simplicity. It's a little tighter than I was hoping. This, I think we're going to paint blue. Wherever you see orange, I'll take and paint it blue so it matches the theme, matches the frame. The black, I'm going to leave black. This will pivot forward, backwards, side to side, and it's on airs. It's on airbags too. So the nice thing about the semi, I can just pull my air chuck out and air it up to what it needs to be. But yeah, so that's that.